Hello guys, welcome to the Sound Department of Christian Reformed Church Nigeria here in Makurdi, and this is the second part of our series. Like I told us, today we'll be talking about mixing, but I'll tell us how to mix and I'll also be explaining the mixer in general. Say the mixer is made up of two sessions, the input session and the master session. Now this input session is where we'll put in our microphone and various instruments, and then this master session, the output, this one, they are most of them here, some of them here are outputs, right, some are inputs. If you look here, you have the send one and you have send two. For some mixers you see auxiliary, aux send, some you see aux return, so you have return here, you have return here. Now what these two guys do is that these two guys is send or auxiliary out, depending on the mixer, sends things outside, just like this main out which we explained earlier. But this guy here, they are not connected to this session. Now what we have here, this one is a main session, and these two faders, they are connected to these two Canon jacks respectively. These guys and this EQ we have here, everything here is in stereo, left and right. This guy, you see L, you see R here, you see L here over here, and you see R, and then you see L here, you see R, you see like that. So this L, whatever equalization you do here is treated with this fader and then goes with this left to your amplifier. The same thing happens on this other side, all right? But these guys here are not connected. This is one thing you must note, and this is where most young sound engineers find challenge. This part here is not, this auxiliary session here is not connected to this session. It's independent of this session. This one now is used when you want to do more advanced things like connect your, you can send this guy here to your equalizers, to your crossovers, and then this returner is used to receive back into this mixer. Just the way this send will go to the return in other gadgets, that's how also this return collects the send from other gadgets, just the opposite. So if you have another mixer, you can use this guy to bring the mixer in. We'll see how we can do that in the future. These two guys send, and this is just our these guys here is our MP3 session, and this tape in represents these two parts. To play music from maybe an MP3 player or your phones, and then you use something like this. This is kind of jacks. Connect this one to your phone input or to your MP3 player. Then you take these two guys, you run red to red, white to white. Use this one to play music or whatever into your mixer, and then you use this one to record. Maybe you want to record your services or your pastor's sermon. Take this guy into your laptop, where you can use various softwares like, I prefer to use Audacity or GarageBand or whatever you want to use. That's something else. And then what we have here is a mono out, which you can also, it also have its own fader here. You can use this as an output. You can use this to send a monitor to the, you can use to send the monitor. Alright, it's also an output. Then this place you can either use, it just depends, you can either use this jack, this type of jack, which is this guy here. You can use it here, or you can use this guy, depend on your gadget. Alright, then every one of these guys, this send, not this returns, just this send, the outputs here all have levels that control them down here. Alright, so if you come here, you see record out. This record out corresponds with this record out. So when you are trying to record something into your laptop or whatever, use this guy as a level, as a volume level or the gain control. So you have to just read what is on this fader, on the knob, and try to match it with the various outputs. This other session, work with these lines. Most manufacturers will create these demarcations to help you understand better. Now if you see here, you have EFX send here. This send knob works with this send here. It's connected to this send. So this EFX here is connected to this send here, and then this send to this second send here is connected to this other guy. Just as this guy is connected to this guy here, and then this other guy is connected to this knob here. All right, so that's how this thing. So for most manufacturers, this is how they will do the linking. Then you have to still understand that coming to this side, each of these channels, you also have each of these channels also have knobs that also send to those two guys. So for this particular channel, this EFX one goes to the send one, and this EFX 2 goes to the send 2. All right, and then this pan is used to sweep between stereo to the left, to the all right. There'll be situations where you use this when you start doing more complex things. Then this part here, this side just has to do with effects, various effects, reverb for echo, delay, and then master pan, and then stereo. All right, and this one is for your headphone. If you want to plug in your headphone here, you can put your headphone here and be listening to the output, and then use this level. All right, then these EQs work. What you have to understand is that it works from low to high, from low to high. So just as it moves this way, this first guy carries the highest low frequency, and this guy get the highest high frequency. So you just use, then this middle part function as the mid. So you use this idea to be able to mix through. All right, you use your ears, you practice. All right, so just the way this section work, that's how also. And this is the monitor, the monitoring the meter that tells you the output. You don't want to have this red light shining. It means you are clipping, you are exiting the allowed level, and you start having bad sound. All right, if you come to the channel, this EQ session, I've explained this part, how they're sent to the auxiliary section, and then this is the EQ session. This EQ session also functions like what the EQ I showed us in the master part. So this master part here is the same thing here, but just that this is for this channel, this is for this channel. All right, so this is the high, this is the high, this is the mid, this is the low. While this frequency is connected to this mid, So if you look at this other side here, if you look at this side, you see a line. This line connects. It means the EQ, these two knobs work together. So if you put, depending on the level where you put this guy, so if you put this guy at, let's say 9 o'clock, it is connect, then this mid will work typically based on this frequency you've set here. All right, so that's how this guy. Why high frequency has to do with sharp frequency like female voices and the rest. Why mid, I also call it body. It has to do with just the body, giving the sound some body, some flesh, rather than just sharp frequency. All right, and then low here also helps us to get deep, heavy frequencies, and I think that's the basics we have here. And this is just our fader, our slide, which is just used to set. So most of the time I like to put this thing in uniform level, or I put them on 0. I just put everything on 0, so I don't bother about this guy again. If I want to control my level, I rather control the gain level here. All right, then this is the pad, which removes 20 dB from the sound. When the sound is becoming too loud and too lousy, you can just pad it and it becomes more clean and more pronounced. All right, so I think that's the basics. If you have any complaint, any doubts, any contribution, any questions, feel free to use the comment section. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can get future updates in your notification. So thank you very much. See you guys in the next video, where we'll see how to connect equalizers and then later on how to connect crossover. So thank you very much and have a nice day. Peace.